Okay guys, so I am going to be brief but to the point because this is some crazy stuff guys. We're gonna start with the Temple of Truth in Thailand. You see, this unique structure, which is over 105 meters high, is made entirely of precious wood such as teak, golden teak and mahogany, which is from Asia. And this is the most crazy part: all the parts and details of the structure are connected without any nails. That's right, you heard it right guys. This imposing, amazing design of a structure, which is just brilliantly made, is standing literally without any nail. How is that even possible with the technology of hundreds of years ago? That is just physically not possible, especially we're not going to even talk about the actual design of the interiors. The interiors just look absolutely marvelous. Like, that would take literally so much effort, precision and good tools to make that happen. Another proof that effectively, yes, there was a reset, and in Asia the reset was very powerful, because right now if you would ask any architect to design and fulfill a request such as this, they would not be able to do it. They will literally physically not be able to do it, even with the current technology we have right now. So moving on to another very interesting thing is the star forts. You see, the star forts are a very unique feature which we have in different parts of the world, even in Oceania, even in the Pacific Ocean. They are very interesting because they are erected in the 15th century. Now, the amount of work on the construction of these things was just crazy. Just planning, just imagine. Now, the star forts are supposedly being made, some people say, to redirect water or to purify water or to use the water for energetic purposes, to transfer energy. So they were like kind of like node connectors of something to transfer some energy across the planet. Now, of course, we don't have the full details on this, and maybe we'll never have it, but nonetheless, this is very, very interesting, and again, something that people should really take into account. This, guys, is not a coincidence. This is something carefully planned and crafted by an ancient civilization which had the knowledge to do this on different continents, because they have exactly the same kind of structure, the same design, so the same people or the same lost nation made this happen, guys, which is just crazy. All right, so moving on to the next one. So we have a photo here of a giant woman in the 19th century. Now look at the woman on the far right side, away from the center, the biggest one. She is literally over 6 feet tall. That is just absolutely crazy. Okay, now this is another example of the giants which lived, of course, back in the day, and with the reset they were completely obliterated, and the Smithsonian Institute actually stole all the bones of the giants, and of course they hid them forever, and they will never recognize it because it was an covert operation, and it had to be done because the science of that time demanded that the evolutionism, the Darwinism, proceeds. If you have giants, which of course are just proof that evolution doesn't make any sense, then people cannot continue with the theory, and science itself gets really crumbled. And guys, this is why we have to be really careful with this sort of evidence. Now, talking about the actual shoes, so we have a very unique piece of gear here. So this is a shoe of allegedly a legionnaire, which was found during an excavation of a military camp near the German city of Salzburg. It looks like very modern foot breather, of course, and it's just crazy. It's crazy how well it's preserved. The Romans knew a lot for the age, and I'm pretty sure that when we are seen, guys, when we are shown the Roman culture or Roman technology in TV, whenever we see them in those sandals, those classic sandals which are really basic, I believe that, to be honest, the reality is very different, and the Roman technology of that culture was much, much more advanced, but they don't want to tell us because, again, they had potentially some sort of reset in their society, and because of that they don't want to acknowledge what actually happened with the Roman technology, because we know, guys, it was pretty advanced, and this is an example of things that don't make any sense, and how the mass media, when they show the Roman culture, they show a much more rudimentary, basic, under advanced culture so they don't really make it justice. And we finish off, guys, this short video with this. This is the ancient depiction of the North America, Central and South America continents by an ancient Chinese map from 1418. That's right, pre-Columbian era. This, guys, is crazy. This map by the Chinese collector Liu Gang dates from 1763 and bears the inscription, "This map was drawn by Mo Yi Tong, a subject of the Qing dynasty during the reign of the Emperor Gongli in 1763 from an original map of 1418. So the drawing was made from a map dating 1418. That is just crazy, which means that the exploration of America, North America, was done well before Christopher Columbus. Christopher Columbus, as you guys know, he kind of supposedly discovered the New World at the end of 1498 or 1490 something, right? So guys, again, proof that that was a complete lie. The new continent, and we have proof because we know that in the North American continent there's been residues and stuff from ancient Egyptians. So people traveled to these continents back in the day, well before the discovery of the New World. The problem is that the mass media, again, the official news, does not want to recognize it because it's an uncomfortable truth and it goes against the official narrative. But guys, that's it for today's short video on this. Remember, question everything because things are not what they seem, and this video is just a small flavor of an example, a plethora of examples of things that just do not make sense, especially when you compare them with the official narrative. And guys, that's it for today's video. As always, I shall see you later in the next upload. Bye.